Welcome everybody to Headlock Field, where today's matchup is between the visiting Bonny Eagle Scots and the Deering Rams. Coming into this game, Deering coming off a disappointing loss. They were no-hit by Westbrook in a 12-0 defeat. It was a 5-inning, 10-run rule. So Deering's looking to bounce back in this game against Bonny Eagle, and they're just trying to get their second win on the board. But it's always a new game every time you step onto the field. So you just need to put behind you what happened in the past and just forget about it and play your best baseball for that particular day. So they're coming in with a batting order of Avery Lawrence, Eli Beagleman, Quest Newhall, Connor Coleman, Jackson Forrest, Tavion LaShore, Drew Hamilton, Will Jordan, and Sam Rank. So for Bonny Eagle, just like Deering in their last game, they were 10-run ruled by Thornton Academy. So both of these teams played games that they want to forget. So both teams will come in with a chip on their shoulder. And both teams came off wins before getting 10-run ruled in their last games. But Bonny Eagle has one more win than Deering, so they're looking to put their third on the board. But they'll be coming in with a batting order of Mason Ryan, Regan Thomas, Rhys Owens, Nathan Morse, Trevor Perkins, Parker Paul, Nick Riker, Drew Cummings, and Ryder Owens.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask that you please rise as we honor America and those who defend her with the playing of our national anthem.
Setting Deering defensively in the outfield, left to right, is Sam Rank, Quest Newhall, and Will Jordan. In the infield, left to right, is Eli Beagleman, Tavion LaShore, Drew Hamilton, and Eric Christopher. Behind the plate is Connor Coleman, and the starting pitcher for Deering is Avery Lawrence. Here we go for the start of the game. Mason Ryan leading things off for Bonny Eagle.
And this game is starting at 9 in the morning. It was supposed to start at 3, but I believe Bonny Eagle is having senior prom tonight, so they put the game at 9 this morning. Beautiful morning, by the way.
First pitch is right down the middle for strike one.
Warmest game so far.
It's on the inside corner for strike two. It's in the dirt. It's a 1-2 count. And it's foul.
They're getting closer and closer, Seth. Maybe by the end of the season, we'll be able to get one up here through the window. Fairly decent crowd on the Bonny Eagle side this morning.
And it's popped foul again. So Ryan staying alive at this at-bat. And it's popped up foul. So 3 straight fouls.
Good little battle going on here.
And that drops over the inside portion of the plate for strike 3.
A little bit of a delayed call there, but I think the umpire was just trying to make sure that it was going to be the correct call.
So 1 down for Lawrence. That brings up Regan Thomas. It's outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-1 count. It's foul tipped for strike 2.
Yeah, and the batter trying to protect the plate. That ball probably wouldn't have went too far with that kind of swing.
And it's hit to LaChore, bobbles it, throws it over, and gets him in time for the second out.
Yeah, LaChore stayed with that. Good heads-up play, kept the ball in front of him.
The catcher, number 11, Rhys Owens.
So Rhys Owens comes up with 2 outs for Bonny Eagle. And that's hit into right center. So Rhys Owens with a 2-out single.
The Bonny Eagle pitcher, number 21, Nathan Morse.
So Nathan Morse has a chance to extend this inning.
And we'll keep our eye on the runner at first. Just a halfway decent lead.
It's fouled back into the net. It's an 0-1 count. And that's popped up into left where Rank gets the out, and it looked like it was drifting to the right a little bit, but he tracks it down and gets the third out.
A little bit of an adventure. The wind is not blowing. He just overran it just a little bit.
So Deering minimizes that 2-out single to keep it no runs. And so after half an inning, It's Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering coming up.
In center field,
Setting Bonny Eagle defensively in the outfield, left to right, is Rhys Owens, Zach Oja, and Trevor Perkins. In the infield, left to right, is Nick Riker, Parker Paul, Mason Ryan, and Regan Thomas. Behind the plate is Rhys Owens, and the starting pitcher for Bonny Eagle is Nathan Morse. Here we go for the bottom of the first. Leading off for Deering is Avery Lawrence. Drops in there on the outside corner, strike one. And it's a righty-righty matchup. Drops over, strike two.
Well, Deering's going to have to decide on what they're going to swing at because...
And it's over the outside corner for strike three.
It looks like the pitcher for Bonny Eagle has a couple of pitches that he's going to get the Deering players thinking. I mean, two pitchers dropped right over, and then he throws a fastball for a strikeout.
So that brings up Eli Beagleman with one out. It's outside for ball one. It's in the dirt for ball two. So after a three-pitch strikeout, Morse has thrown two straight balls. It's over the outside corner for strike one. And it's fouled. So it's a 2-2 count.
I think that made it off the chest protector of the umpire.
And Morse is not wasting any time throwing the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't need the 14-second rule like they have in the minors.
It's fouled back. It's 3-2 count still.
As they call it, the pitch timer.
And sometimes when you're a pitcher, you just want to get the ball and get into rhythm and throw it. And it's foul tipped for strike three.
Yeah, a little frustration there from Beagleman.
the Rams center fielder, number 3, Quest Newhall.
So that brings up Quest Newhall.
But that's okay. It's okay to get a little frustrated. He did tip the ball.
It's low and outside for ball one.
I mean, the pitcher for Bonny Eagle is definitely throwing the ball over the plate, and it's just a matter of connecting.
And it's fouled back into the net. It's a 1-1 count. And that's ripped into left. And Ryder Owens gets the third out. And he looked like he was going to run too far in, but gathers himself and takes a couple steps back and gets the third out. And so it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bonny Eagle. So after one complete, it's Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the second. Leading off for Bonny Eagle is Trevor Perkins. And it's over the head of Perkins.
Yeah, he did a good job getting out of the way of that one.
And that's ripped foul over the roof.
Yeah, that's out in the parking lot. And hopefully it missed any vehicles.
And that's hit into left field for a leadoff single for Perkins. And that brings up Parker Paul.
All right, once again, they got a runner on. We'll keep our eye on them. He's got a halfway decent lead. Pitcher looking over.
That's hit foul. So it's an 0-1 count.
And we'll have to see Lawrence work around the batter at first again.
And Perkins takes off. And it's just short of the bag, so it's a stolen base for Trevor Perkins.
All right, well, Bonny Eagle getting something going here.
Last pitch was called a strike, so it's an 0-2 count. And it brushes Paul out of the batter's box. So it's a 1-2 count. And that drops on the inside corner of the plate for strike 3.
Well, Lawrence helping himself there.
So Nick Riker comes up with 1 out, a chance to put a run on the board for Bonny Eagle. It's on the inside corner for strike 1. It's up high. It's a 1-1 count. And that's hit to Lawrence. He fires over to get the second out. But that moves over Perkins to third. So Drew Cummings.
Well, they do have a runner at third, but Lawrence now is 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
So Cummings has a chance to put a run on the board with a Perkins 90 feet away. It was a swing and a miss for strike 1. It's on the inside corner for strike 2. So Lawrence 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
I have to say that this is we've filmed games with Lawrence pitching, and this is the most relaxed I think I've seen him on the mound so far this season. He is really in command.
So Deering gets out of this inning after allowing a hit, and Bonny Eagle strands a runner at third. And so after 1.5 complete, it's Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the second. Leading off for Deering is Connor Coleman.
Yeah, slight delay. Well, Coleman had to take all of his catching gear off and get his hitting gloves on and get his bat and his helmet on.
It's outside for ball one.
Yeah, the umpire was motioning over to get a batter up and had to be told it was the catcher.
And that's a long foul. So it's a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike two.
Yeah, I swung at a high pitch out of the strike zone.
And it's over Coleman's head for ball two. So it's a 2-2 count. And it's on the outside corner for strike three.
Can't do anything about that.
The designated hitter, number 28.
That brings up Jackson Forrest.
You know, when the pitcher brushes you off and then the next pitch throws a pitch on the outside corner of the plate, you're kind of stuck.
And it's over the plate for strike one. And so far, Nathan Morris has 3 Ks. Make that 4.
Yeah, Seth, you did mention that he's getting, as soon as he gets the ball in his hand, he's ready to pitch. And he's not letting the daring players settle in the batter's box at all.
So that brings up Taylor Shore. It's a swing and a miss for strike one.
And LaChore saying, I'm going to have none of that. I'm going to make you wait for me.
Up high for ball one. It's in the dirt. It's on the inside corner for strike two. And it drops over for strike three. So Nathan Morris strikes out the side. And that's his 5th K. So it's 5 out of 6 outs or strikeouts. And so after 2 innings complete, it's Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the third. Leading off for Bonny Eagle is Rhys Owens. And that's hit foul.
Almost a good play by the coach at third.
Swing and a miss for strike two. It's fouled back. And it drops over on the inside corner of the plate for strike three.
Beautiful pitch by Lawrence.
So that brings up the top of the lineup. It's Mason Ryan. And Lawrence has 4 strikeouts for himself this game. It's on the inside portion of the plate for strike one. And Ryan, the first time up, struck out looking. And it's a Beagleman with nice scoop and throw to get the second out.
Nice play over there at third by Beagleman. And in a game like this, you need plays like that.
So that brings up Regan Thomas, last time up, grounded out to third base. And this time he hits it to Hamilton, who fires over to first to get the third out. So we have ourselves a pitching duel so far in this game. And so after 2.5 complete, it's Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the third. Leading off for Deering is Drew Hamilton.
And there was a discussion with the coach from Bonny Eagle with the umpire. Now there's a discussion between the two umpires, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. None of them are mic'd up.
Drops in there for strike one. Inside for ball one, so 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike two. Swing and a miss for strike three. Morse not wasting any time. If you blink, you're going to miss a pitch. And that brings up Will Jordan. It's up high for ball one. Down the middle for strike one. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Jordan says, timeout, slow down.
And he goes around for strike three.
It's kind of a little weird pitch, but it did the trick.
So that brings up Sam Rank. Drops over for strike one.
Jeez, that is such a beautiful pitch.
And that drops over for strike two.
Now he's got to watch out for the fastball right down the plate.
It's up high.
Ooh, that was it. That's kind of what he's been doing. 2 curves and then the fastball.
And a swing and a miss for strike three. So that's 3 up and 3 down. And that's 8 strikeouts for Nathan Morse so far in this game. So that's 8 out of 9. And so after 3 complete, it's still Bonny Eagle nothing, Deering nothing. Here we go for the top of the fourth. Leading off Bonny Eagle is Rhys Owens. Last time got a single. And this time he gets a single. So Rhys Owens is 2 for 2.
Well, and at the rate this game's going, 1 run could win it.
Brings up Nathan Morse. Has a chance to help himself out. And it's a dribbler. And Coleman Fires to first to get Morse out.
Well, and you have to hope. I mean, he's up and he's walking, but that's your pitcher there for Bonny Eagle, who's pitching a whale of a game. And we'll have to see. Doesn't look like anything bad happened to him, but you don't want your pitcher having anything happen to them whatsoever on the base pass.
So that brings up Trevor Perkins with Rhys Owens on at second. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Last time up, Perkins got a single and a stolen base. It's fouled back for strike two.
So Lawrence is going to have to help himself out here, get out of another inning with a base runner. They've had base runners on in every inning in scoring position.
It's up high for ball one.
And so far, Lawrence, through three, has gotten himself out of trouble.
And that's into right, and he's being sent. And it's not in time. So an RBI single for Trevor Perkins. Puts a run on the board for Bonny Eagle.
Well, Darren's work's cut out for him now with the way Morris is pitching.
That brings up Parker Paul. Last time up, struck out looking.
And we'll keep our eye out on the runner at first.
And Perkins takes off. And he's out. So Coleman fires down. Gets the out.
Well, there's your teammates there, Lawrence, helping you out.
It's an 0-1 count. So that was up high for ball one. And that's hit to Hamilton, and he fields it, fires over to first for the third out.
That was a beautiful play.
But Bonny Eagle gets the first run this game, and so after 3.5 complete, it's Bonny Eagle 1, Deering nothing. Here we go for the bottom of the fourth. Leading off for Deering is Avery Lawrence. Last time up, struck out looking. It's outside for ball one. It's on the outside corner for strike one.
And the pitcher looks like he's getting a little frustrated because he's been at a fast pace, but now the Deering batters are taking their time getting back in the box. It looks like a conversation between the umpire and the Bonny Eagle coach.
Down low for ball two.
But, I mean, even in the minors, the batters have 9 seconds to get in the box, and the pitcher has 14 seconds to throw the ball. So,
And that's hit out to left, and that's the first hit for Deering.
well, I think this is the second time through the batting order for Deering. And, maybe they've, to a batter, hopefully kind of figured this pitcher out. And they're taking his timing apart right now.
So this will be the first time Nathan Morse throws from the stretch. That's fouled back for Eli Beagleman last time up. Struck out swinging. And Morse throws it over to first to check on Lawrence. And it's a steal by Lawrence. And he's safe.
Well. Deering now with a runner at second base and nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Trying to get that run back that Deering gave up at the top of the fourth.
So it's 0-2 count to Beagleman. And that's popped up foul. Stay alive. And Rhys Owens going to talk to Morse.
Yeah, I think Morse, his rhythm has definitely been shaken a little bit here by the Deering batters.
Still an 0-2 count with Lawrence on at second. And that's outside for ball one. Outside for ball two. It's in the dirt, and it's by Owens. So it's a full count with the tying run on at third.
Well, anything hit to the outfield now potentially could tie this game up.
And a swing and a miss for strike three. And it was dropped by Rhys Owens. But he fires down to first to get the out. So that brings up Quest Newhall with one out. And it's an intentional walk.
Well, that's interesting, too, because, I mean, Bonny Eagle only has one run, and they're putting the potential go-ahead run on the bases here in the bottom of the fourth.
So Connor Coleman comes up with one out. And Newhall takes off.
I mean, that makes it even worse now because if the batter for Deering gets a base hit, you potentially could have two runs across the plate. I mean, that potentially could be a gift of another run.
In the dirt for ball 2. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, big groan from the Daring side of the field on that low and outside pitch.
2-1 count. It's on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. And that's hit into right, and that drops fair. So that brings in the tying run. And it looked like Lawrence had to make sure that Perkins wasn't going to catch the ball. So he had to stay close to third.
But, you know, the intentional walk now with 1 out is on third base. And so, you know, there's a visit to the mound, I think, to a little strategy on the infield because, you know, I'm sure the runner for Deering on first could potentially take off and getting scoring position. And also it could be to just let the pitcher take a deep breath here because he'd been going along swimmingly through 3 innings.
So that brings up Jackson Forrest with Newhall on at third. Coleman on at first. It's in there for strike 1. And Coleman takes off. It's thrown down to second, but Newhall does not take off for home.
Yeah, I mean, and that ball was thrown to the shortstop side of second base. And that potentially could have got thrown into the outfield.
It's a 1-2 count. The go-ahead run for Deering, 90 feet away with 1 out. And it's hit into center. And it's not, it hits the ground. So that's the lead for Deering.
And the runner for Deering at third base, good thing he stopped. He barely made it back to the bag on the throw to third. That would have not been good if he would have been picked off at third base here.
So Taylor Chore.
And we're gonna have a pinch runner maybe. We are. Number 23 is coming into pinch run.
So that's Coleman Cooper. So,
well, and this also slows the pitcher down from throwing the ball. And we'll have to see what LaChore does. I mean, could we see like a suicide squeeze, bunt down to first base? Well, the pitcher stepped off, and now LaChore steps off.
and it's hit foul. It's in the stands. So it's a 0-1 count.
Well, you know, This is the second time through the order here in the top of the fourth, and I think the batters have figured this pitcher out.
And it brushes LaChore out of the batter's box.
So now LaChore's got to look for that outside pitch on the corner of the plate, and maybe he can hit it right to right field.
And it's hit to Riker. Riker fires over to second, and it's fired over to first for the double play. And so that ends the inning, but Deering gets the lead after scoring 2 runs. And so after 4 complete, it's Deering 2, Bonny Eagle 1. Here we go for the top of the 5th. Nick Riker leading off Bonny Eagle. It's in there for strike 1. It's down low for ball 1. On the inside corner for strike 2. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's 1 away for Bonny Eagle. That brings up Drew Cummings. It's outside for ball 1. It's foul tipped. Strike 1. Fouled back for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. It's dropped by Coleman, but he fires over to first for the second out.
The Scott Center left fielder number 10, Rhys Owens.
So Rhys Owens now up with 2 outs. And that's hit out to left. Rank gets underneath it for the 3rd out. So 1-2-3 inning for Deering after taking the lead. And so after 4.5 complete, it's Deering 2, Bonny Eagle 1. Here we go for the bottom of the 5th. The first pitch was a ball. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Drew Hamilton is up. It's a swing and a miss for strike 2. And it's in there for strike 3. Couple changes in the field. Nathan Morse moves over to shortstop. Parker Paul is in center. And Breakin Day Coombs is in relief pitching. And Will Jordan is up. First pitch was a swing and a miss for strike one. It's in there for strike two. And swing and a miss for strike three. That brings up Sam Rank. It's ball one. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. And that's hit foul. One and two count still. It's in the dirt for ball two. And that's hit over to Morse, and he runs back to get the third out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bonny Eagle. And after 5 complete, it's Deering 2, Bonny Eagle 1. Here we go for the top of the 6th. Leading off for Bonny Eagle is Mason Ryan. And that hits him.
Well, it's not a good way to start off the inning. Thankfully, the batter didn't get hurt on the pitch.
So Regan Thomas comes up.
In this tight ball game, you want to keep all the runners off the base, and we'll have to see what happens here. Lawrence has pitched himself out of a couple of different situations, so let's see what he does here.
Foul tipped for strike one.
Yeah, the pitch just got away from him, and that's too bad.
And Ryan takes off. And it's not in time. So Mason Ryan with a stolen base. It's a 0-2 count. And that's hit to LaChore.
Well, you like a nice easy out like that. And LaChore had the runner kind of in front of him, so he really had to focus on where that baseball was, and he stayed with it for the out.
So that brings up Rhys Owens. It's in the dirt.
Yeah, and the catcher's got his work cut out for him, too. Everything has to stay in front of him if it's in the dirt.
Time was called by Rhys. And it's popped up. And Newhall runs in and gets the second out.
Well, there you go. A couple of easy outs. That's just what Lawrence needs.
And that brings up Nathan Morse.
Well, and, you know, he was the starting pitcher, so he could potentially help himself out of a potential loss if he knocks in a run.
And that
Oh.
hits him. So that brings up Trevor Perkins.
Well, they're going to have to keep their eye on Lawrence. A couple of baseballs gotten away from his pitching.
And that's hit to Beagleman, and he runs over to third and gets the third out.
That was an adventure inning there, I'd say, for Lawrence. You know, he hit 2 batters and he got 3 easy outs, so it's all good.
So after 5.5 innings, it's Deering 2, Bonny Eagle 1. Here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Avery Lawrence leading things off for Deering. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Well, Avery with a chance to help himself out here. An insurance run this half inning would look good going into the top of the 7th.
And that's ripped up the middle for a leadoff hit for Lawrence.
Well, there you go. When you're the starting pitcher, that's certainly how you like to start off the bottom of the 6th.
And that's the same way the bottom of the 4th started off with a single. That brings up Eli Beagleman.
Keep our eye on Lawrence at first.
And Lawrence takes off, and there's no throw. It was right down the middle for a strike on Beagleman.
Well, I'm really surprised there was no throw there. I mean, it's only a 1-run game.
And it was a bunt attempt, and it's a strike. So it's an 0-2 count.
Well, that was the right play. He just couldn't get the bunt down.
And it's a dribbler to Riker, and safe.
There you go. All right, Beagleman. He didn't get the bunt down, but it was just like a bunt, and he got himself on and the runner over.
So first and third for Deering with Quest Newhall coming up. And it's a meeting of the infield with the pitcher.
Well, Deering in a really good spot here with nobody out. And the Deering bats are starting to come alive.
There's no outs. And Beagleman takes off. And the ball was in the dirt, so.
And the catcher for Bonny Eagle did a great job keeping that ball in front of him because The runner on third was looking to take off.
So that's the 4th stolen base by Deering today. It's on the outside corner for strike 1.
And the Bonny Eagle infield is all up on the grass. Anything hit hard through could potentially score 2.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. And it's hit foul.
You could hear the players hollering, good catch, coach.
And it's a foul tip into the Rhys's glove for strike 3.
The catcher, number 13, Coleman.
So that's 12 Ks on the day for Bonny Eagle. And that brings up Coleman with 1 out. And it's a steal. And it looked like it was going to be a suicide squeeze on a bunt attempt.
Well, it's better to be lucky than good because Deering was really lucky on that. I mean, it was a wild pitch. And so that was easy enough.
So it's a 1-0 count. And it's going to be tried again.
Oh, this time it's in the dirt. I mean, Deering has scored 2 easy runs. I mean, really. That is really unfortunate.
So that balloons the lead to 4-1. It's an 2-0 count.
And those are 2 gutsy calls too by the coach, because those could have potentially easily been 2 outs.
It's in the dirt for ball 3.
That really could have been, it's bad for Bonny Eagle, but it could have been also bad for Deering.
It's in the dirt for ball 4. And
I think we're going to have a visit to the mound.
And it looks like it's going to be a pitching change.
Not quite yet. I saw number 43 starting out there, but let's see what happens. We're going to have a little discussion.
And it is a pitching change, so we'll be back to...
It looks like number 43 is going to 43 is going to first, and 28 is going to pitch.
And so we'll be back in a moment. Here we go. Changes. Regan Thomas comes in to pitch from first, and Cade Dixon moves to first from the bench. And Jackson Forrest is the batter. It's a 2-0 count.
And we'll keep our eye on the runner at first. Only 1 out here.
And Thomas is a lefty, so not going to see too many steals. It's a strike on the outside corner. And it's a check on Coleman.
And I did move the camera because he's really close to the bag. I think the pitcher just wants to make sure that he stays really close to the bag.
And it's inside for ball 3. So it's a 3-1 count with 1 out to Forrest. And it's up high for ball 4. So 2 straight walks.
Shortstop number 6, Tay Lochua.
And I think we're going to have a runner, pinch runner. Let's see. It's going to be number... I believe it's going to be number 11, pinch running.
So Ethan Corson.
No, I take that. Yes.
Attention running for Forrest is number 11, Ethan Corson.
So a little funny. I don't know if you caught it while I had the camera over on the bench, but Corson, I think, thought he was coming in to bat because he took his time to find his batting gloves and went to grab a helmet, and then they said, "Nope, you're running, not hitting."
So Taylor Shore at the plate. And it's foul back.
Well, there's some confidence in there by the coach to let LaChore swing away. And not bunt to move the runners over. Unless he was giving him one pitch to try to hit something. We'll see.
And that's outside for ball 1. It's up high for ball 2.
Well, and then again, with last 2 batters being walked, maybe the coach is like, let him pitch to you, and you might just get on. Easy enough.
And it's low and inside for ball 3 to LaChore. And swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Swinging all the way on a 3-1 count.
And it's high and outside for ball 4. And Rhys is going to go talk to Thomas.
Well, I would assume all the infielders are going to be heading towards the infield grass here. So what did Hamilton do his last time up?
So Drew Hamilton, the last couple times he was up, struck out swinging and struck out looking. And it looks like a...
Well...
Looked like a suicide squeeze attempt, but this time the ball stays in the catcher's glove.
So we may have a discussion about the batter not getting out of the way. for the catcher to be able to get the runner coming down the line. But as I was saying, this is where the coach, the prior 2 times, got away with it, while this time he didn't.
So it's 2-0 count to Hamilton. It's up high for ball 3.
Well, 3rd time was not the charm there.
It's up high for ball 4. So bases are loaded again. And that's a 4th straight walk.
And we're going to have a visit to the mound. Let's see what's going to happen here. I mean, the pitcher just came in, so... I mean, this is a very interesting game. How many strikeouts did you say Bonny Eagle has so far through this game?
They have 12 so far.
And how many walks?
5.
This is pretty crazy.
And 4 of them have come in a row.
And it looks like number 16 is now pitching.
So we'll be back to sort out the changes. So a couple of changes. And it's in the dirt. And that scores a run. Will Jordan is up. So Cade Dixon is in left. Parker Paul's now pitching. And Regan Thomas is back at first. Ball 2. It's up high for ball 3. And that's ripped to shortstop. He fires over, and it's not in time. So an RBI single for Will Jordan. Yes. And that's ripped foul. And that's over the roof.
And number 27's playing center field now.
It's in the dirt.
Number 42, Deshaun Lamore.
And Jordan takes off, but it's foul. And swing and a miss for strike 3 on Deshaun Lamore. And after 4 runs were put on the board for Deering, it's 6-1. So after 6 complete innings, it's Deering 6, Bonny Eagle 1. Here we go for the top of the 7th. Leading off for Bonny Eagle is Parker Paul. That's popped up into the stands. So it's an 0-1 count. Bonny Eagle down to their last 3 outs.
And the way this game started, you would never know, you would never think this is the way it's going to end up potentially.
It's a swing and a miss for strike 2. And it hits him. So that's 3 hit batsmen. Now for Lawrence.
Well, one more to go. Not saying I want anyone to get hit, but he's given up 4 hits, and he also has hit 3 batters.
And that's fouled back. Nick. Oh. Kyle Blaney at the plate. It's Kyle. K-Y-L-E.
The pitch hitter for Bonny Eagle is number 3, Kyle Blaney.
And it's fouled back for strike 2. In the dirt. So Paul moves to second.
Well, and Lawrence, with a 4-run lead, needs to just stay concentrated on the batters right now, because that run at second really doesn't mean anything at all.
It's a 5-run lead.
5-run lead, sorry.
It's fouled to stay alive. Still 1-2 count. It's outside for ball 3. And that's ripped down the third baseline. And that's going to score Paul. So it's an RBI single for Blaney. So that puts the second on the board for Bonny Eagle with Drew Cummings at the plate.
The designated hitter, number 44, Drew Cummings.
All right.
It's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Not much you can do about that hit. That was a really good hit.
And it's fouled back into the stands for strike 2. And there for strike 3. So the first out of the top of the 7th So Bonny Eagle now down to
Number 43, Cade Dixon.
their last 2 outs. And pinch hitting for Rhys Owens is Cade Dixon. And that's hit out to right, where Jordan gets the second out.
The second baseman, number 23, Mason
So
Ryan.
that brings up Mason Ryan with 2 outs. Blaney on at first. And that's by the... No, it hit Ryan. So another hit by pitch.
So that's the 4th batter. You're right. So now it's 5 hits for Bonny Eagle and 4 hits for the pitcher Lawrence.
So that brings up Regan Thomas. And it's by the Coleman.
Wow, Darren, they are making this top of the 7th interesting because it's a 6-2 lead, but now with 2 outs, Bonny Eagle with 2 runners in scoring position.
So with 2 outs, Lawrence just needs to focus on the batter. It's on the outside corner for strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count. It's fouled back, strike 2. It's outside for ball 2. Bonny Eagle down to their last strike. And it's swing and a miss for strike 3. So Deering gets out of that inning. And it was definitely an interesting one.
Darren did not make itself feel too comfortable there. That, you certainly want it to be a little bit easier, but a win is a win.
Yeah, I mean, down the stretch in the 6th and the 7th, there was two batters each in both innings that got hit by pitch. The 6th inning was no runs, but Bonny Eagle did score a run after a hit by pitch on an RBI single by Kyle Blaney. But Deering gets out of that with only letting up 1.
Right. Yeah, you would have never thought that this game would have turned out the way it did, the way it started for Deering, because the first 3 innings, the pitcher for Bonny Eagle, out of 9 batters, had struck out 8.
Yes. Nathan Morris was definitely firing it in there. And Deering, they might have had a talk to say, get out of the batter's box and throw off his rhythm, because every time he got that ball, he would just set up and throw within 2 seconds of getting it. And Deering definitely threw off his rhythm in the 4th, where they regained the lead after letting up a run, and they never looked back.
Well, and I do have to say, as you say, they stepped out and they took off his rhythm. Two things happened, and I mentioned it earlier in the game. The pitcher Morse came up in the top of the third, or maybe it was the top of the fourth, and running down to first base, he ran into the first base player for Deering and got knocked to the ground, and he stayed there for a couple of seconds before he got up. And not sure if that played into anything, his rhythm too, but then the bottom of the fourth happened. He came in, and things went off the rails from there. And like you said, the batter's getting out of the batter's box, throwing off his timing. So those two things seem to have had a little impact, enough for him to pitch differently.
And so the final score in this game is 6-2 Deering, saying so long from Headlock Field. This has been a production of TV3 Portland Public Schools, saying good night.